Want to be a super nanny? Well, if you want to care for an A-lister's child or a royal baby, you could study here. Proudly founded in Victorian London, Norland College is now based in Bath. They'll teach you to make up a vintage Silver Cross pram.
We use them today to show the students how to conduct oneself whilst pushing this pram.
To stitch like an expert seamstress.
You can machine it along here, then change direction and come down here.
Keep your laundry prim and proper.
Our gloves have to be white.
And yourself immaculately groomed.
The bun is particularly hard to master.
But in today's modern world, you'll also need a whole new set of skills. To be able to evade the paparazzi like a racing driver. To swim like a professional lifeguard.
Elizabeth, check her airway for breathing.
Pull a defensive move with your pram.
No.
And kick like a ninja.
Go!
You'll need to let your hair down from time to time. Oh, and these days, the Victorian stiff upper lip has gone too. We go behind the scenes of this quintessentially British school and meet a set of ordinary young women all hoping for a passport to an extraordinary world of work. These are the students training to become 21st century Mary Poppins.
Just a screwball, sugar, health and medicine, go down in the most delightful way.
Norland College keeps a photographic record of each year, stretching back to Victorian times. Today's students are preparing to pose for their class photograph. But first, it's time for the uniform inspection.
Because obviously we have quite high standards. We've got to make sure we've got no wispy bits and our bows are straight, our name badges are all on. So this is what happens before we have any big event.
Perfect.
We have to have a bun net in. It has to be below our ears or in line with our ears. I don't know, I didn't do it in front of a mirror, so I did it on the way in. I was like, ah.
Meet the students of Set 36, all hoping to go from girl next door to super nanny.
I'm just to negotiate. How's my hair looking?
Is my N in the middle?
With privileged access, we look behind the normally closed doors of this most British institution, a curiously Victorian establishment, now catering for a modern world.
We're not using any words. You're going to really try and think in visual language, yes?
I am Claire, aka Dr. Betty Ding Dong.
This is not a cooking lesson. This is how to work an aga. Just touch the side of the steak.
It is our responsibility to safeguard children, and actually if we don't know why things go wrong, then we can't improve our practice.
These students are training for no ordinary job. One graduate went on to look after Prince George. Others are employed by the super rich and famous. So no ordinary training will do. This is a life-changing journey as they try to become the best nannies in the land.
After 3, 1, 2, 3.
For many students, they've been dreaming of this for years.
I've always wanted to become a Norland nanny. Ever since I was little, I just love working with children. I always said to my mum when I was little, Mum, when I grow up, I'm going to have 100 children. And I might actually be able to do that now. I always said I wanted to work with children, especially after my sister was born. I just kind of loved babies, I don't know what it was.
I thought about being a teacher, obviously, and then I thought about nanny, and basically it's just such a free job, and then I was like, why does nobody else want to do this?
Norland College was founded in 1892 by Emily Ward. It offered previously untutored Victorian housemaids a formal training. And so nannying as a respected profession was born.
I'm carrying forward a great history and tradition from 1892 that this one woman, a Victorian woman, started. And we often have conversations about, I wonder what she would think if she could see it now.
Tradition at the college is important, but they've also been trying to embrace modern technology.
Oh my goodness, the virtual baby. Oh, my virtual baby experience was an experience, that's the best way to put it.
I did find it quite stressful.
The virtual babies which strike fear and anxiety into these students are kept under the watchful eye of practical skills lecturer Elizabeth Kerry.
The students named them after various theorists. We've got Monty after Montessori, Freddie after Frederick Froebel, Eleanor after Eleanor Goldschmidt, Emily after Emily Ward, our founder, and Isabel after Isabel Sharman, the first principal. We know that they're plastic, but we like to treat them as we would real babies, even though they're sleeping in a box.
Each doll contains a computer chip and can be programmed to emit a range of different cries.
That's her having a bit of a grump that she'd like to be fed. And this is the slightly different cry. And again, it builds up and up. And the heads will tip backwards, and that will come up as a minus on their ratings. That's really painful, isn't it? That's horrible.
Student nanny Georgie Buntine lodges with a local family in Bath. Tonight she's brought home virtual baby Freddie. For 48 hours, Georgie will attend to his every cry and whimper. An electronic wristband monitors every move she makes, and she has to keep a written diary. When she gets back to college, lecturer Miss Kerry will analyse her performance.
Freddie. This is a virtual baby. Okay. You have a little magnetic strip and you swipe the child with the fob on the area in which you want. So if they're feeding, you swipe them on their chest. But if you've swiped it and then changed their nappy, the baby can tell. I'm just going to cook some supper, I think. While he's being so quiet, I might as well make the most of it.
It isn't long before baby Freddie announces himself. Georgie quickly offers a virtual milk bottle.
No, it's not a bottle, because if it was a bottle, he'd take the bottle. So, could be a nappy change. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the mat. Oh, shh, shh, shh. Oh, I know. I know.
A virtual nappy change later, and Georgie's back in control.
By doing that, it's realised that that's what I've done, and so I've changed the nappy correctly. And that was that was what he wanted. So he's now calmed down a bit, haven't you, baby Freddie?
But not for long.
Do you want some food? Do you want a bottle? Oh, is that what you wanted? He's had a bit of had his bottle, and he's now just going to have a bit of a grizzle. You know, probably a little bit of a burp. So, shh, good boy. And so it's just settling him now, hopefully. And then he'll probably say, right, you know, time for another snooze nap. Shh, 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 shh.
With virtual baby Freddie silent, she decides to get some shut-eye. But it may be a short reprieve for Georgie. Norland College in Bath trains elite nannies, some of which go on to work with royalty and the super rich. Student nanny Georgie Buntine is on duty caring for virtual baby Freddie.
Hey, should we go for a walk, Freddie?
Dealing with these computer-programmed dolls is one of the most notoriously tricky assignments in the Norland syllabus.
You think, oh, so lovely, I'll just get lots of cuddles, but actually it's just to sort of show you how hard work really it is.
I'd say a real baby's easier than a virtual baby to look after.
Just have to accept that you're not going to sleep for 2 nights.
Hi, it's 10 to 9 and Freddie has just woken up for a feed. It's 1:30 a.m. Shh, good boy. It's 5:30. It's been a long night. I've been up 3 or 4 times tonight. Just changing nappies and feeding.
I was singing to him. It was 3 o'clock in the morning and I think he'd been having a bottle for probably 45 minutes. And I was like, I'm tired. Maybe if I sing to him it'll work.
Thankfully, things feel different in the morning.
I'm feeling quite awake now, but no doubt I'll collapse in a heap in a little bit. I do feel quite attached to him now, but I think it'll be quite nice to have uninterrupted sleep tonight. But it does help, and it does remind you of how much parents go through, so hopefully I'll be able to remember that when I'm working in a family and they have a young child.
Back at college, Miss Kerry has downloaded the virtual baby results.
Miss Kerry asks us, how long do you think your baby cried for? And you say, 3 hours.
Pick a number then.
Are you talking about minutes?
Minutes, yeah. Well, hours if you like, minutes.
It was 8 minutes, and you're like, what?
You go, was it only 8 minutes? Because it feels much longer.
Set 36 are 2 years into their 13 grand a year nanny training. The syllabus combines academic lessons with more traditional skills, like cooking for children and sewing. In a few days' time, their coursework is to go on public display. So today, they're putting the finishing touches on their quillos.
We're making quillos. So one side's fleece, one side is cotton, and we sew it together to make a blanket, and it hopefully will fold into this.
It's a comfortable quilt that folds into a pillow. So it makes it really easily transported. And if the child is tired or ill, then they just unfold this and they've got the comfort of a pillow.
Quillos completed, it's time for Display Day, an annual event in the Norland calendar to showcase their work. Each student has designed a personalised theme for their display that reflects their character and creativity. But it's really a moment for proud family and friends to visit and admire everything these students have achieved.
Today at my display day I got my mummy, my nan, my other nan and my auntie Jackie.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited.
My nan and my auntie had never seen me in my uniform or seen some of the stuff that I've done. So for them to see me for the first time was so rewarding, to show that I've actually worked hard.
Laura Stiles is a 19-year-old Essex girl. She's one of 3 sisters. Sadly, in 2005, she lost her dad, who was a Metropolitan Police officer.
He passed away when I was 11, so he never really got to see me at Norlands. But I don't know, we got a tree for him and everything, so we go and see that, and I'd hope that he's proud of me.
Laura's a real girly, but she also understands that at Norlands she has to have her hair up, no nail varnish, flat shoes, practical stuff, and she just accepts it as part of her job, and she's quite happy with that.
Nice and bright and clear, not too fussy. She was a bit worried it was a bit plain, but I said, no, it's nice. But of course I'm a grandson. Yeah. Now we're just waiting for the next chapter when she finds her family.
Well, I know, in my heart, they're going to be so happy.
It's true though.
For student nanny Georgina Gabbett, having her mum visit has even more significance.
To my display, I've sort of gone with a flower fairy garden sort of theme. My party project was a flower fairy theme as well, which is why I've got the canopy that I made.
Did you do that as well?
Yeah.
In my GCSE year at school, my mum got diagnosed with a brain tumour It really shook us up as a family, and I found it really hard to deal with, so I went to boarding school to get away from it.
You know, everything's so very precious in the world, so to be here with George is wonderful, really. I get quite emotional about it because I love her so much. She's so special.
As bad as it was, I suppose some positives have come out of it. Because my mum went on to do her MA and then to do her PhD now, because she realised that she's got to take the opportunities, and that sort of inspired me as well.
Anybody that has my daughter as their nanny is the luckiest little child in the whole world, because I can't think of anyone nicer.
Both my mum and my granny said they wouldn't have missed it for the world, which made it really special. It was, yeah, I was glad she could be there.
But to be a 21st century Mary Poppins, you need more in your bag of tricks than Quillos and mobiles. Today, Set 36 are at a local skid pan. As nannies, they will often ferry around young children, so they're going to be given expert instruction in driving in extreme weather conditions.
Are there any girl races in our group? I don't think so. I think we were really sensible.
It's a bit scary. Apparently we won't be going fast, so that's reassuring me ever so slightly. God, you're so good. Look at you.
I'm sorry, girls. I love you. I love you.
We need to get faster. We need to go faster.
Faster, okay.
Oh, I just stalled.
Some students will go on to work for celebrities, so they're also given a crash course in evasive driving.
So you come down here, you've got a roadblock.
Straight, accelerate. Corner coming up, off gas. Get the car straight. On gas. Corner, off gas.
But you're not clutch.
No clutch. The car will skid slightly. Off gas.
By the end of the session, it's like a driving masterclass in grace and precision.
Yes, Chloe. You got it. How's it feeling, girls? Great. Look at you go. Work the wheel, work the wheel. Work. Oh, like that.
It's great to see in a short space of time that they don't believe they're going to be able to learn it so quickly.
Very good. Thumbs up, Rosie.
Clutch, clutch, clutch. Work it. Working it, working it, working it. There we go, Jessie. Woo! You saved my life. Yeah, baby.
So much better. So it's a lot easier now they've told you what to do. It just comes naturally.
My sister's in childcare over in the States, and over there, everyone wants to be an all-in nanny, you know? I think it's great. It's nice. Very British.
In their final weeks at college, the girls are taught an array of additional skills. Like life-saving for trips to the swimming pool and beach.
You're going to check her airway for breathing. So ear to it. Yeah, brilliant. Don't pinch your nose. Yes, she's breathing. She's going to be sick, though. Action for regurgitation of stomach content.
It's nice to like be able to do it in like a relaxed environment. But obviously, we've done first aid and now we've done this, and so I do feel much more confident.
Next up, they're trained in self-defense.
No, no,
And how to protect their young charges from attack.
She let go! Right leg back, left punch, right kick, back. Go! No! Go! No! Go! No! Go!
High punch kick.
You have to do whatever's required to stop the attack.
Stop! Stop! Sorry.
vital for any young lady to have a foundation of self-defence, but obviously their position is to look after infants, children, and it's very important as a parent to know that their nanny is going to look after their child, not just socially, but they're going to look after their self-defence and the defence of them.
My taekwondo skills, they're okay. I had a brother, so I put them into practice when I was younger anyway.
Hopefully I won't ever have to use it on anybody.
You have the skills behind you to maybe kill someone.
In Cheltenham, trainee nanny Kezia Warne is home for the weekend to visit her family.
My mum literally tells everyone I'm an all-in. Oh, my daughter, oh, she's so cute, she's a nanny.
To pay her fees and support herself through college, Kezia works in a local pub, and like many of the other girls, babysits for families in the evening.
I work Saturday and Sunday all day, so I literally, Friday, if I do get a day off, if we're not in college, I just sleep.
I'm a single parent and the fees are excruciating. I don't have maintenance for her, so it's been very difficult. Her elder brother sends her money every month, and Kezia said that when she's earning, she'll give her younger sister money so she can facilitate going to university. So quite a nice family unit, really. I think pay it forward, and that's what the children all do.
As much as I wish my parents were minted, I think without that, I've learned like how to support myself, learn about money. Like some of the girls that have moved into Norla, like when they first started, they didn't know how to pay a bill, they didn't know how to wash their clothes. Like I had that behind me.
I just wanted to be happy. So I'd like her to have a few years of living, not just working or having the money to live as well as work.
But it should all be worth it. Complete the course and a job is almost guaranteed. Probationary nannies earn on average $26,000. With experience, it can go up to $50,000 or $60,000. Some lucky nannies working abroad with the super rich can earn well in excess of that. Today, with the students nearing the end of their course, the college publishes a list of available families for their probationary year.
There is a list of 106 jobs.
There's so many on there, it's so hard to pick.
Every person could have 2 jobs, which is insane.
It's quite tricky to know what you're really looking for.
They're given a full job description, which also details travel and perks, and statements about the children they'd be caring for.
There's no jobs in Yorkshire. That's very disappointing. Manchester. Let's have a look at Manchester.
Oh,
Search vacancies.
None.
Family live in Bromley, Kent, and close to High Elms.
Oh my god.
High Elms is just round the corner.
Oh my god. There's a couple that have jumped out which I didn't think would jump out. Like one's in Bath, whereas I would have always thought before
London
that we would have done London.
And they have a house in the Caribbean and in France.
Oh my god. I saw one and it's like skiing, Sardinia. No, we mustn't go for the holidays.
No, that's not what we're after.
Go for the children.
Some of these people could be so A-list.
Yes,
like
we don't know who they are.
Right here. That we could be celebrity nannies.
I've just found one which really appeals to me. A baby which isn't even born yet.
Is it in London?
Yeah.
7 children.
Yeah.
What?
7 children.
Oh my god.
I don't think I want that one.
7 children? No thanks.
The little girl loves music, dancing and tumbling as well. What is tumbling?
So is that not just
like tumble tots? Does that
maybe just like roll? I don't
rolling?
Know. Rolling around.
It's so scary.
It's literally terrifying, but really exciting.
Choosing the family is like the main part of the job. Like that is the hardest bit, but it's the most. If you choose it right, you'll be set.
I'm just looking for the family that's right for me.
I'm looking for busy families. Lots of children, lots of things to do, lots of activities.
Hopefully a really nice family. I'll be really happy as a nanny. That's all I want really, is for people to be happy, and the children and me.
But very soon, tough choices will have to be made, and these friends will become potential rivals, competing against each other for the jobs they want.
Everyone seems to be a bit on edge. It's like each for their own, like they're all going for it.
Norland College in Bath has been training nannies since Victorian times. Their nannies are held up as the gold standard in childcare. But there's one famous practitioner that these trainees all look up to and are measured against.
Because you're constantly called Mary Poppins, or people refer to you as being like Mary Poppins, she's kind of quite a prominent figure in all of our lives.
It's the fact we have like matching hats and gloves.
So when you have an umbrella up, that's when you get a lot more attention.
I think it honestly shows like the importance of a good nanny.
She's supposed to be this perfect nanny, and I think we all want to be the perfect nanny.
We haven't got the magic powers, so we're at a slight disadvantage already. I love Mary Poppins. I watched it yesterday. I haven't watched it that much. I've watched Sound of Music more.
19-year-old Chloe Walkden was brought up here, on the family farm in rural Wales. So living in the city of Bath has been a massive change from home.
Yeah, it's quite a contrast to being in Bath. But it's nice though, because Bath's everything's there. Like, I just have to walk to anywhere that I want to, whereas here you definitely have to drive.
Chloe was introduced to the idea of Norland by her gran, but at first her teachers tried to discourage her.
They kept saying, "Why do you want to be just a nanny?" And she said, "I don't want to be just a nanny, I want to be a professional nanny."
Yeah, we'll go for a walk in a bit. Yeah, I haven't forgotten you.
As Chloe considers which probationary jobs to apply for, her big dilemma is town or country.
I would love the country, just because that's what I'm used to, but I would love the city too, because it's a nice change, isn't it?
But most Norlanders won't earn their living in the countryside, but in the bright lights of the capital, London. It's here that most of Set 36 will come for interview. So as part of their training, the college set them an orientation challenge in the city. The tasks have to be completed in full uniform.
Those people are taking photos, and we're walking over there and someone's like, "Oh, look, Norland nannies!"
Lecturer Claire Burgess briefs the group on the tasks ahead and issues a reminder about the Norland Code of Conduct and rules of etiquette.
Please ensure that you are not going to any fast food restaurants and that you are sat down. You may remove your gloves and your hats, but at all other times you should have them on.
Norland have certain standards that you have to obviously adhere to.
You can't buy unhealthy food from fast food places. We can't cross the road unless there's a green man or like a zebra crossing, and then we have to wait for the traffic to stop. If you're on a bus or a train, you need to give up your seat for anyone. As crazy as they sound, they do make sense, because you wouldn't really do those things with children. You wouldn't just walk out into a road when you're with a child.
We've just been given our sheets for the day, which we've got 2 postcodes on, and we have to get to those 2 places, as well as a tourist attraction in London, so like Big Ben, Harrods, London Eye, but I don't really get tubes, and I've only been to London 3 times in my whole life.
We are at Paddington, and we're getting on the green, which is district line.
They all make it back, it's just the route that they take might be a bit different to what we'd expect.
Brixton, so down. We have got to go to Brixton and to Willesden Green. And Piccadilly Circus. Yeah. My mum says I've got a good sense of direction, but only if I've been to the place before, then I can remember. So you'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully we'll get lost.
Today, Rosie has been partnered with Alice.
My sense of direction is appalling. It's appalling. My dad tells me to go, think which way I need to go, turn around and go the other way, because it's that bad.
It'll be fine.
We've got modern technology and maps. What more would you need?
Should we go? I think so. It said Victoria. Are we going to Victoria? Yeah.
But despite all of the available state-of-the-art technology,
Should we just get off? Yeah.
things are beginning to go wrong.
So we're at Earlscourt, so we need to get to Victoria. So we need to go on the district line or to east.
Are you sure? Hang on, if I get my phone out, I'm going to have a look at how far we are walking.
I think we just go this way.
Hang on.
What's this?
Across London, students Chloe and Jess, smartphone in hand, are on the hunt for the London Eye.
Like when we go outside, will it...
Shall I end it and start it from current location? Yeah, current location.
Yeah, and then London Eye, yeah.
Oh,
wait,
not
no
a signal.
Outside, they fall back on more traditional methods.
So we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, so we go down this road.
Well, that's more complicated.
Rosie and Alice have found today's task a little disorientating, but they're hopeful things are back on track.
Excuse me, is this the line to Victoria? No? Okay, didn't think so.
Where are we going now?
I don't know. Get your mouth out. I've never got lost on the tube before. Well, you have now. I genuinely haven't. I don't think we'll be back for 4. We'll make everything we need to.
We've got, hang on, what's 12? 4.5 hours. We can do that.
Oh look, how convenient, our train.
Look, here it is. Are you sure this is right now, though?
Yeah, it was only the different coloured lines, the green and the yellow, that were running alongside each other that we got confused by.
Okay, so we need to go blue south.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the day, 6 hours seemed more than adequate to complete this assignment. Now, it's looking a little tight.
Southbound platform 4. I'm coming for you.
Very windy.
It's very windy. I don't know if it's worth the umbrella, do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I think we're just going to go, straight. And then left.
Okay, all the way up and then left.
Having resorted to traditional map reading, Chloe and Jess are homing in on the London Eye.
Oh my God, it's huge. Why is there a red one? Do you know they have toilets in them?
To prove they've made it to all their locations, the nannies need photographic evidence. All across London, the Norlanders are ticking off their locations on schedule. All except Rosie and Alice, that is. Having passed through Earl's Court Station 3 times by mistake, they're at least getting to see the light of day.
We have to wait for the green man, because that's what you do with a child. So
The Norland Code of Conduct, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can go. Do you think it's that? I can see like a road sign straight up there. It might be there.
We found it! Yes! Right, we'll have to stand here and
we're going to take our picture.
Ready? Up a bit, up the other way, that way.
Look at the little baby tiny shirt. That's very cute.
And finally, things are picking up. They quickly tick off Piccadilly Circus and even have time for every elite nanny's favourite corner shop. By 4:30, all the students have successfully navigated their way back to Paddington Station to be debriefed by lecturer Claire Burgess.
Anyone get lost?
A little bit.
You found it useful?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. How many of you have been stopped today? Oh.
Numerous times.
Did someone say they thought we were from the Salvation Army?
Okay.
We've been mistaken for so many different things. I've been mistaken for a nun. Are you from a convent? I'm like, no, sort of. A little bit the same, but no.
I've been mistaken for an air hostess.
A nurse, someone that works for Nespresso, the coffee make.
So you don't work in the Nespresso coffee shop? No, I don't think so.
With less than 2 weeks left of training, the students are facing their final assessments to check that their practical skills are perfect. They're examined on making up formula feeds, correct sterilisation,
You then put the floats on top. These floats go down and make sure that everything is submerged under the water.
and changing and cleaning babies.
I'm now going to move to the next side of my bowl because this was for the head, so this is now for the tailing. I'm just going to wipe around the creases, just make sure that everything's there. Very good, baby. It's very quiet.
A last module looks at nursery management. For this assessment, they have to create a business plan for a nursery, produce a brochure for the new enterprise, and then pitch the project to their lecturers.
Good afternoon to you all. Thank you for being here to be part of what I think is a very exciting new nursery. And I'm aware that without your support, Bambino Nursery would not be possible.
The large sliding doors, which you can see here, will allow for lots of natural light, contributing to creating a positive environment.
The children in the preschool will be travelling over to the main body of the school to have their meals over there, which again are nutritious meals.
I could feel my cheeks burning. I genuinely thought my cheeks were on fire. I thought I had literally Rudolph cheeks.
Yeah, I'm happy. It was fine. I'm just glad it's over, to be honest.
Awful. Moral of the story is, improvisation is not very good sometimes. You should probably plan these things.
I'm going to go home, have a little lie down and get on those.
On top of these exams, they still have their final essays to submit.
Bye.
Deadlines are looming, and back at home in their student flats in Bath, the trainee nannies are feeling under pressure.
I think my status the other day summed up everyone's thoughts. I genuinely think if I were to jump off a massive diving board flat onto concrete, it would be less painful than all of this uni work. Help.
But this once-in-a-lifetime experience is soon to come to an end as these students prepare to leave Bath and flee the Norland nest. Set 36 is nearing the end at Norland College.
I want to graduate.
But before they can graduate with their full degree, they have to work with a family for a year as probationary nannies. Today, the students have to finalise their list of 5 jobs that they intend to apply for. Kate Hooper from the Norland Agency will help them narrow down their selections. But this is the moment when these friends start to compete with each other.
And this is their final decisions. This is where we sign everything off. This is the families that their CVs will be sent to next week. So it's quite a big day today for all of the students.
I found about 3, but they're quite popular.
There's one that everyone's gone for. That's not on my list, but it's a main one. But so everyone has the same chances.
Obviously, this one is high profile. So when you have got a high profile family, you have to be aware that the restrictions are slightly more. You're more at risk with a high profile family because you're exposed more to the public. You may be followed, there may be paparazzi outside. You have to be that person that can be confident, can be very confidential and can be strong.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm very well, thank you.
Good. 3 in Bath and 1 in London, which is not what I would have thought, but the families in Bath, they would really suit me. I like the kind of idea of being still in a quite close-knit community.
I would just say, don't stay with what you're familiar with as well, okay? This is about making sure what you're going on to do is going to set you up for the rest of your career.
Yeah. Other one that I'd consider was the one in London, but what really puts me off about that was a shared bathroom.
A shared bathroom really should not put you off.
Okay.
And the family are very, very respectful of your personal space.
Everyone seems to be a bit on edge. It's like each for their own, they're all going for it.
You still want to be nice to your friends, but once you find that job, it's like, yeah, you don't want to see this job. No, it's not a nice job at all. No, I promise it's not.
This person, I wouldn't want to go up against her. No chance.
I'd take you down.
Our friendship would be over.
Me and my best friend are winning.
By the end of the session, the choices are all made. The students' CVs will then be sent off by the college, and soon the interviews will start. All the girls can do is wait and practice their interview pitch.
Why would you want to hire me?
Hire me! I don't know.
I'm exuberant, I'm lively, I'm caring, I'm creative.
I'm a very happy, bubbly, jolly person who's incredibly hardworking and driven.
I'm completely trustworthy, flexible, reliable.
I'm hilarious. I'm bubbly, I'm active.
I will love your children like you do.
There's also time for one final celebration. Tonight is Set 36's Leavers Ball, where these trainee nannies can cast off their brown uniforms and let their hair down.
Can we get the cotton wool pad and just like wipe round here, please?
She's very demanding. Our nickname's a master and minion because she's the master and I'm the minion.
Okay. Chloe is perfect at nail painting. Look, professional.
We're all really sensible. Guys, are we all really sensible? We're all really well behaved.
I can be quite sensible.
We just like to have a good time.
Hey! You're too slippery!
Tonight's event is being held in Bath's historic assembly rooms.
Cheers, everybody!
The college will award these students their degrees, but Georgina and Kezia have their own prizes to hand out.
Most likely to become an A-lister, first person to have children, the most sensible, the best kept person, the class clown, the biggest drama queen, and the best duo.
Many of you will know around college, you'll probably notice that we have a fashion like guru. Many of the girls keep an eye on what she's wearing, buy it themselves, maybe. Our best kept is Jade.
So the final award goes to the best duo.
Laura and Leanne.
Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been really nice to be all together. Last time in Bath.
It's been a really lovely evening and everyone looked so nice. Literally everybody looked so nice, didn't they?
Do you know, everyone's having such a good time that you don't want to cry because you don't make someone else upset that you're crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
We're
not,
having
it's
a
not
really
a sad
good
occasion, it's a happy occasion.
Everyone's having so much fun.
The night goes on into the small hours, but in the morning the students will have to prepare themselves for saying goodbye. After 2 years of training in Bath, it's Set 36's last day in college, before they go off to live with their probationary family.
I think there's quite a lot of emotions going around today, but I am so excited.
If someone else starts crying, that's it, I'll be gone.
We're flying the nest, really. We're off on the big world.
So, girls, this is your morning. It's your celebration. We have a very important task to do, to present your certificates. Georgie Buntime.
We're being sent off on a mini adventure. You're off to find the job you want, the family you potentially fall in love with.
Norland has been one of the defining moments for me, where it's made me the person that I am. It's helped me grow up a lot as well.
I don't think I've changed. I just think I've become a better person.
Once I've qualified, I'd like quite a big family with lots of children to keep me on my feet.
In over 120 years of its proud history, Norland College has trained more than 7,500 elite nannies. And as these students prepare themselves for the world of work, it's an emotional farewell to the friends they've made here.
Bye, girls.
Yeah, don't cry. Oh no! It's a real joy and it's celebration, and they're off into the big wide world now, so it's very exciting, mixed emotions. And it's been lovely seeing them grow and mature and going out on a high, really.
I'm so happy I've got this. Finally achieved something.
Obviously it's not over because we're going to our jobs and stuff, but
the whole this Northern bit in college is over. Yeah.
My best friend, Georgina, I think we're going to stay friends for a very, very long time. She just looked after me quite a lot this last year because I went into hospital and she kind of took on the role of nanny, really.
It'll be fine. We have a strong enough friendship here to...
She's going to want to be my best friends for life now, definitely.
3 words to describe Norland.
Overwhelming.
Hard work.
Fun.
Endless.
Memorable.
Special.
I'll never get this time back, but I think, you know, you make new memories, you move forward.
I just want to be with a really lovely family that I could stay with and that I'm happy with and they're happy with me.
I've really enjoyed my time here, like meeting all my friends I've got now. Like I think that they're true friends, like I'll keep in contact.
It's not going to be a goodbye, really. It's just going to be see you later, isn't it?